Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. After a very windy day, a semi-crash on the Grapevine blocked traffic for hours overnight. We'll have the latest this morning on your commute.
Nearly half of all murders in Kern County are unsolved. That's thousands of family members left without answers. The plea from those family members at an annual march last night for everyone in our community.
The man accused of being the Golden State Killer is back in court today. We'll have the latest on his case. This is Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher and Kevin Charette. And what a day yesterday.
Oh, man.
We warned everybody, didn't we, in the morning hours, and it came. It was very windy. We did see the blowing dust. We saw the lack of rain, which we talked about as well. Today, a much better day.
Nice.
Very little wind in the valley, sunny skies, and some nice temperatures. So a big sigh of relief from what we were seeing yesterday. And as we take a look at the hour by hour here, we're going to start out in the 40s and then we'll be near 70 this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, and you can see those lighter winds. And then for the Tehachapi area, you're at 36 right now. You have a westerly wind at 12 as we go throughout the day, starting out in the 30s, 50s this afternoon, but again, keeping the winds around.
They rallied to raise awareness about unsolved murder cases. For National Crime Victims' Rights Week, community members marched in remembrance of their loved ones. 17's Karen Wall was at the event last night and shares the emotional message family members had for law enforcement.
This is the 7th year the Kern County District Attorney's Office has put on the Crime Victims' Rights March, and it was certainly a very emotional night as many families mourned their loved ones, but also celebrated their lives.
You all give me hope.
A sea of shirts and posters of loved ones, murdered, cases unsolved, but not forgotten.
My grandpa was murdered. He was shot 12 times and left face first.
To remember them, the community marched from the Liberty Bell to Mill Creek Park, letting their voices ring through downtown Bakersfield.
It's our town. It's our community, and it happens in every walk of life.
The harsh reality:
approximately half of all homicides committed in our county are unsolved.
To be out here and see so many families that are still just devastated by not finding any justice at all, 10, 20, 30 years.
Their message to the district attorney's office and law enforcement:
try to push forward, never to forget them, no matter how old they are, how young they are, how long they've been dead, just to keep pushing forward and work as hard as they can just to try to get justice.
Another big mission of the event: to encourage the community to use the secret witness hotline for anonymous tips in ongoing investigations.
Information that the community provides is essential to our investigations. We can't do it without the information from the community.
If you do have any information regarding an unsolved case, you can reach the secret witness hotline at 322-4040. I'm Karen Wall, 17 News.
California City will also honor crime victims this week. Tomorrow night, they'll discuss new ways investigators are trying to bring closure to victims and their families. It all begins at 6:30 on South Loop Boulevard, just off of California City Boulevard. The Kern County Sheriff's Office is looking for new leads in a nearly 40-year-old cold case murder. It all happened in November 1980. KCSO says 4 men in a white car shot into several vehicles along Highway 99 near Pond Road in Delano. 3 people were shot. One of the victims, a 23-year-old pregnant woman who died along with her unborn child. KCSO followed numerous leads, but the case went cold. Now, nearly 40 years later, detectives are hoping someone will come forward and help bring justice to the victims. If you have any information, you're asked to call KCSO at 861-3110. You can also call Secret Witness at 322-4040.
The man accused of being the Golden State Killer is set to appear in a Northern California courtroom today. Joseph D'Angelo is charged with 13 murders and 50 sexual assaults. Prosecutors say he committed in 6 California counties. So far, there has not been any link between D'Angelo and any Kern County cold cases, but the possibility he killed in Bakersfield or Kern has not been ruled out. D'Angelo's appearance today is for a pretrial hearing. It's 5:07 now. The number of people living on Kern County streets continues to rise, and little things go a long way to help. The Guarantee Shoe Center is kicking off its 27th annual Shoes for the Homeless Shoe Drive today. Starting at 10 a.m., you can drop off donations at Guarantee Shoe Center on the corner of 21st Street and Chester Avenue in downtown Bakersfield. All donations benefit the Bakersfield Homeless Center. Guarantee says in the past 26 years, its annual shoe drive has netted more than 80,000 pairs of shoes.
Fantastic. Well, plans to build new dorms for Cal State Bakersfield students are on hold. Developer Coloring Capital Group submitted an application to build a complex that would have 180 apartments intended to be student housing. The project was proposed for the northeast corner of Stockdale Highway and Coffee Road. The city of Bakersfield sent a notice to all nearby businesses and homeowners. Nearly 1,100 neighbors responded, opposing the project proposal. Following the city's Development Services Department recommendation, the Board of Zoning Adjustment denied the application.
An ongoing dispute over summer school cuts is back on the front burner for trustees of the Bakersfield City School District. Last night, the district held a public hearing to talk in more detail about the plan to reduce the summer program this year. The district plans to offer 16 days of summer school at 4 schools: Casa Loma, Longfellow, and Stella Hills Elementary Schools and Emerson Middle School. Concerned parents and even students expressed disappointment at a news conference held before the meeting.
I've been to summer school for almost my whole life, and it taught me a lot of things, and when I got back to school, I wasn't behind like the students that don't go to summer school.
District officials say the funds that would normally go towards summer school will instead support the formal launch of academies across 43 school campuses. There will also be extracurricular options available for BCSD students throughout the summer.
Welcome back to your 17 Health Watch. The Valley Fever Institute at Kern Medical is working to provide local doctors with more information about the dangers of valley fever. At the Valley Fever Symposium tonight, infectious disease physicians will be sharing the latest information on the disease. It comes from a fungus that lives in the dirt and can be inhaled through dust. Nationally, it's pretty rare, but 30 of the Valley Fever Institute, or the Valley Fever Institute reports 30% of cases each year come from the Central Valley. Congressman Kevin McCarthy is also scheduled to speak tonight. McCarthy is the co-chair of the Congressional Valley Fever Task Force. The committee was formed in 2013 and is tasked with improving awareness about the disease, reducing the risk of misdiagnosis, and finding a cure.
With the windy conditions we're seeing, many central health officials are worried about valley fever. As Alex just mentioned, people get valley fever by breathing in what are called spores found in the soil here in the Central Valley. Public Health Services put up messages on electronic billboards across town, like this one near the intersection of Chester and California. Health officials say you can take simple steps to lower your risk of getting the disease.
Protect yourself. It's common sense. Stay indoors if possible. Close your windows and doors. Try to do activities inside today.
Symptoms of the disease are similar to that of the flu, but often worse. The Public Health Department reports nearly 3,000 valley fever cases were reported in Kern County in 2017. Welcome back. Today's the day. The new seasonally driven eatery and specialty shop called Dot & Ott in downtown Bakersfield is opening its doors in just a few hours. The restaurant and store is located across from Cafe Smitten on 18th Street. The doors open today at 7, and Dot & Ott will feature California cuisine from its own organic farm. The shop will have grocery staples like produce, beer, and wine. Its menu will follow the seasons and highlight local meat, eggs, and produce. Bakersfield College hosting an Industrial and Transportation Career Expo tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Huddle Lawn Courtyard on the BC main campus. Students will have the chance to meet potential employers and learn about potential internships. Representatives from companies including Phillips 66, SoCal FedEx, Ground, Pepsi, and Target in the distribution center are expected to be on hand. A recent poll shows the reason many consumers want to leave their banks is because of rising fees, but many don't make the change because of the hassle. Consumer reporter Stacey Johnson has 3 tips to help make a smooth switch.
Rising fees on everything from checking accounts to ATMs, high interest on loans, low earnings on savings. It all can happen when a good bank goes bad. But there's no reason to put up with bad banking behavior. Shop around. Smaller banks and credit unions often offer better rates and lower fees. But before breaking up with your bank, beware. Don't make the split more hassle or expensive than it has to be. First, ask your new bank or credit union if they offer a switch kit. They usually come with forms to change direct deposits and automatic payments, and even notices to tell your old bank you're closing your account. But don't close it entirely. Leave a cash cushion in that account for payments you might have forgotten, like magazine subscriptions or maybe gym dues. Leave that cushion there until you are absolutely positive you're cool. Third, make sure you can view your new account online and follow the action daily at first. Make sure your employer is depositing to it and your creditors are withdrawing from it. Bottom line, banks may want you to think it's a huge hassle to switch, but it's probably not as bad as you think. So don't put up with bad banking behavior. Vote with your feet. And if you need more help, I've got tips waiting for you right here at MoneyTalksNews.com. Just do a search for Switching Banks. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacey Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.
Thanks for listening to the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's a 15-minute summary of everything you need to know about Kern County. There's a new episode every weekday.